All right, here's a special instrument. It's the first of its kind. This is the Ibex, and it's my first comma series version of my bantam. So it's 12 and an eighth inches across. I'll just play a little bit for you here. Let's see. So I've had this instrument planned in here and a little bit on paper for a long time. So this was a long time coming, and this is actually my 200th instrument. So I wanted to make something special, and this is, and it's always kind of a roll of the dice when you build a first instrument of any design. So scaling the comma series lines, that is having these features that the comma series have, and scaling them for each of my instrument sizes has presented a challenge. You want to cosmetically making all of the lines be super. There's just a ton of like sculptural elements to this guitar. And one of the most important things in my eye is making sure that all the curves are perfectly fared. So you have all these different curves, and you have to bring them together in a way that is aesthetically pleasant and not jarring. And it's really easy to get these lines wrong. So I think this one is successful. I really like this is a very long and narrow instrument, even as a bantam, when in the period series where it has a sound hole in the middle. I've always thought it looked kind of like a Baroque instrument. I've really loved the long, thin lines that it has. But anyway, it seems very well suited to the comma treatment. And the sound is just killing me because it has the sweetest tone, I think, of any of the instruments I make. Absolutely just this crystalline pure tone. And it's very, very responsive. So it's a lot of fun to play, and the instrument is intimate feeling. You can hold it, it's so tiny, but you can hold it. I've found myself playing it like this, like all the way up on my leg, or it's suited to this too. I'm 5'7", so I'm not a big tall guy. Smaller guitars suit me very well. So I have always had a sort of a soft spot for the little guitars, the parlor guitars. This one in particular is made out of my old stock Sitka. This is a pretty cool set because you can see it's got, well, first of all, there's no coloration or any artificial FD and C number 5 yellow. This is just clear over 50-year-old Sitka, so it already looks to me like a vintage instrument, and I just love that. It's very, if you want like the perfectly uniform expanse of top, this is not the wood for you because this has a lot of character. But this has some curling, almost bear claw figure, incredible silking, which I will not be able to show you on the video, and just a great tone. Like the wood has been cut and aging for 50 years, and spruce goes through a very distinct aging process, and so you sort of have a pre-vintage guitar. It's already vintage when it's made. The back and sides are Brazilian rosewood. This is really old Brazilian, taken from a beam, an architectural beam in Brazil, and resawn out. And this stuff is like, this is pretty much unobtainium. To have quarter sawn set with this, the growth lines are so small, and it's such a perfect set. No defects. It has some nice ink lining in it, and it just has, as you heard, that incredible cathedral, like. With this old dense resinous Brazilian, the decay, I mean, I don't know if that's still coming through the mic, but it's still going. Ooh, ooh. And it hears the room, and it reflects that. It's just it's so alive, and it's fun to play because it just gives you so much back. I don't know if you ride a bicycle, it's like the difference between riding a squishy, cheap mountain bike with underinflated tires. That's sort of like your standard guitar. And then you get on something like this, and it's like, the 9-pound Reynolds tubing race bike with the tires inflated to 100 psi. It gives you back what you put in and more. This has that quality almost of being amplified. It's almost like you get more out than you put in. And this is especially, and I love these instruments because I play a lot of lead stuff like up the neck, and the warmth and fatness and immediacy of the top end on this guitar is stunning. Yeah, it's just anyway, here it is, number 200 for me. That went fast. It's also got a cool kind of curly Honduran rose what is this stuff? Mahogany neck. This guitar is just super. It has almost no decorations on it, but when you look at it, everywhere you look, there's something that's nice to behold. Macassar ebony for the binding, which I think works beautifully with dark rosewood because it has a similar color tone, but it's different enough so that you can see it's a different wood. Here in the arm bevel and in the sound port, you really get some nice striping from Macassar. And it has a Brazilian rosewood headstock that comes from an offcut from this set. So it's all very well matched up and stuff. So there it is, the Ibex, the first of its kind. I'm actually building another one right now as a commission, and that one's in the booth, so I'll be showing that one fairly soon too. So thanks very much. I'm incredibly excited about this guitar, and I look forward to building more of these. So thank you, and until we meet again.